best time of the year has finally arrived, man.
You can smell it in the air.
You can smell it on your fingers, man. You can smell the grass. You can see the white paint on the field, man. Football season.
The burgers at the concession stand.
Wait, though.
Okay.
Huh?
My fault. That's on me.
Smell the burgers?
My fault, bro. That's
All
on
right,
me.
bro. Hey, man. Welcome back to another episode of the Juh Kickin It Podcast with your favorite host, D-Loin.
That will, you know the drill.
Y'all done seen this, man. Boarded a few times on here. This won't be the last time. Cole Neely back in the building. Appreciate you hopping on,
You
brother.
dig?
Oh, hold on. Let's rewind for a second.
Listen, bro.
Let's rewind for a second. No, rewind on the intro.
Yeah.
What do you mean the burgers? You smell like burgers.
Every high school football player knows the smell of Friday
but you
night.
was playing- but you were
wasn't
playing.
expecting you to go there.
Yeah, me neither.
with
I
that.
ain't gonna lie to you.
I was thinking of. I thought when you were talking about you can smell in the air. I was thinking more like, okay, you're feeling like
Yeah.
Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it coming in the air.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that. I was like, all right, he's gonna roll with something that's gonna mean something.
He went so I didn't think he was.
What
from
helped
there,
me
bro.
on Friday and Saturdays, bro, was the smell of the concession stand food
Smell
cooking,
of the
bro.
concession
Like, you know, the nerve, that was my anti-nerve, bro. Like, that was like the way that I calmed my nerves before the game, bro, smelling the food. It got me in touch with reality again. I'm like, I'm just a player on the field, bro.
Wow.
Well, all right, guys.
Wow.
We'll keep it going here.
Oh, bro, but nah, for real, Cole. Always a pleasure to have you on the pod, bro.
I'm happy to be here every single time, man.
Cole is basically like our football correspondent. So whenever the
wow.
season's rolling around, man, you know we gotta
honored.
have Cole on, bro.
Bro, facts.
I'm honored, guys. That just made my day. Am I like what CNN now? It's the Cole Neely
Yes,
Network.
sir.
Just show up.
Yes, sir.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
But you know, bro, we talking straight ball today, man.
Yeah.
But you know, we got kick things off with the NBS check-in. So I'll start us off and then we could just go down the line.
Yeah.
Mentally right now, I'm solid. Been locked in with the gym probably more than I've been recently. Like I'll say past 3-4 weeks.
Great
Been
work.
consistent with it. I kind of done found like my drive back with the gym.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you. So mentally, I'm good right now. Career wise, things are lining up, which is good as well. And I've kind of gotten a little bit comfortable being uncomfortable with just figuring things out. So that's where I am right now mentally. Body wise, like I said, I'm locked in, bro. I do gotta keep it a being with y'all, bro.
Be real.
We was talking about for the pod, man. I've been running more lately, and when I mean run, I mean like sprints. Like I've been trying to get back into that. I don't know, I've been having to get back on that grass. You know,
It's
somebody it just takes me back. I get a certain feeling. So you know, this past weekend I had bachelor weekend. Shout out my boy Dre. He getting married in November. We had bachelor weekend on the lake. Cooked myself a little bit. Like on the weekend, on the weekend, I had an amazing time, amazing memories. I canoed for the first time. That was amazing.
For sure.
But of course it's a bachelor weekend, so of course we enjoyed ourselves. And then we get to yesterday. I'm like, all right, I gotta work out, right?
Yeah.
And I hit the field. It's a hot day.
Oh, yeah. You sweat that
Fayetteville.
liquor out. That's it.
A little more than sweating almost came out. I say that much.
Oh,
Wow.
you almost brought
I finished that last gas for y'all, and I started to see the pearly gates.
stars.
Like every athlete know that feeling where you running outside and things start to get a little white. Like
Yeah.
all the coloration starts to fade.
Oh, yeah.
The heat waves in the air.
Yeah, bro. So I was a little scared for about 10 minutes. I sat down on the bench because I finished my gas. I finished my gassers, but
Wait, hold on. Did you finish in like a skill time or you finished in like a bigs time though? That's the difference.
bro, come on, bro.
That's the difference.
Come on,
man.
bro. You know me. What you think?
I mean, you're telling me you're coming back from having a binge type of drinking weekend.
Yeah.
You're sweating out alcohol.
Yeah.
You're probably running a big time. Like,
Nah,
you're trying,
never,
like on
never.
at least the last one.
You
It's
seen
definitely
it?
a big time.
You probably see the video I put on my story yesterday. I was sliding.
You were sliding?
Yeah, I was sliding.
Okay.
Don't mean I wasn't hurting though.
No. I don't doubt that you were sliding. I just
Yeah.
think you were sliding on a big's time though.
Never. But nah. For real though, got me a good workout in yesterday. And I still ran my mouth afterwards. So, but
There you go.
overall, body wise, I've been good, man. And then spirit, man. Had a good talk before the pod with the guys, man. And just like when it comes to everything in life, not just what we were talking about specifically, but like we talked about last week, me and Matt, like sometimes you just gotta, when it comes to controlling what you got going on in your life, sometimes you just gotta release that and then just kind of let God's path do what it does, man. And recently I just been practicing that more in my life, and it kind of has helped with just mentally with things. Because when you trying to hold on to control so tight, it kind of wound your mind up a little bit versus when you finally just be like, all right, God, whatever you got planned, that's what I'm going to roll with. Like, whatever it just makes things a little simpler. It simplifies things. So
I say either you open your hand or he going to do it for you.
You much rather just open your hand, y'all. So that's where I've been. And then also I just been practicing, like, I heard from somebody not too long ago, just like giving myself grace. Like, God's gonna forever love you. Like, that doesn't give you the right to continue to mess up, even though when you know you're doing wrong. But it does give you the mindset to be like, okay, I might not put my best foot forward with this, but God still loves me. And guess what? You got another chance the next day you wake up. So that's where I've been. MBS check-in.
Solid.
Go ahead. Skipping you?
No, you go ahead, bro.
He said go down the line.
Close it.
Okay, cool. He said go down
We
the line.
swing it today, y'all.
I mean, honestly, might be a check-in, bro. Mentally, pretty much the same boat, bro. I'm like at a point now where I found consistent. Well, I've been consistent for a minute. I ain't gonna lie, I really have a low for real. But I found like he was saying, like a good comfort zone with what I'm doing right now when it comes to schedule. Just cooking myself in the mornings to, being able to finish what I got to do in the day. And just the balance of life in general, I think I found a sweet spot at. But with that, again, it comes along with hard decisions. So that's just what comes with this thing, man. And but regardless, body-wise, which leads to body, I never, out of anything happens, bro, I'm never getting rid of, like, my routine.
Indeed.
I was like, it's just.
That's lifestyle.
I think we all know this by now,
Yeah,
bro. Like, regardless. And just furthermore, just to close it out, bro, spiritually, it's like, again, man, really trusting that his plan is better than mine right now. Because I think it's as athletes, really, like, or athletes who play this sport at a relatively high level, we kind of develop the thought or the idea of you got to do this yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you kind of, or you control that, like, you control this, like, you got to do this X action to get this X outcome. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to rewire my brain, I guess you could say, to really put all trust in him sometimes. You know what I mean? And just allow him to do the action.
I like
sometimes,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or me do the action and allow him to control the outcome. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where I'm at. Real quick one. I ain't gonna.
Indeed.
That's dope. There you go. Save your guess for last.
Indeed.
Just mentally, your boy getting married.
Yes, sir. Ski.
Less than 40 days.
It's gonna be a great time.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming quick. I think the one thing regarding that is, like, you're trying to prepare for so much more in life. Like, for me mentally, I'm not even thinking about, like, the wedding. Yeah. I'm thinking about, like, what's the day in the future look like after that wedding. Yeah. So that's kind of been my main focus, playing in the head. And then, I mean, of course, I think the last time I was here was that, January, February?
When is the Super Bowl usually?
It was around about February. So
yeah.
So I think it was like the Pro Bowl week or something like that.
Yep.
So since then, started a new job, making a lot more money. Thank God for that. Like, just a lot more free time to do a lot of the things that I actually enjoy doing. So it's been like, I've been on a different, like, type of, don't bring in, like, unwelcome, like, stressful energy. Like, just keep it positive. Like, just keep it, like, if something doesn't work out the way that you wanted it to, it's kind of like, all right, it just wasn't meant to happen. Like, this guy did not want this to happen. It wasn't the circumstance. All good, no matter what, we keep it moving. Also, starting the season Thursday, calling the first game of the year. Yes, so sir. Season 6 is loading up. So that's going to be fun. And then just physically, I mean, Unk, every single day almost. I feel like I don't think I've gotten any closer to anybody else lately except for him. I have been like, we have been pretty, like, locked in together like every single morning, just about. So shout out to him. Helped me, like, caught a flat on my way to Madhouse. Like,
I seen that.
Yeah, like some weeks ago.
Goof troop.
Yeah, exactly. I text him, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, don't know how to change a tire. Like, I don't know how to do that stuff. Like, taught me that
on the spot.
Yeah, taught me that on the spot. Like, literally came back around, like, pulled up to where I was at after I sent him my location, helped me change my tire. Like, by far, like, and he had a plane to go catch that same morning. Really? Came back, like, helped me out. Like, I will forever have a lot of love for Rashad Hodge. So shout out to him for that.
Love you.
Yeah, like a lot of love for him. Fantastic dude. But physically, like, body's a little beat up. We do crazy. we do wild boy stuff.
I don't.
We do wild boy stuff.
I don't miss. I miss the guys, but some of the workouts I don't.
I kind of do.
There you go.
I miss the guys out of the workouts.
I miss the pain a little bit, bro.
Yeah, you're a freak. It's okay.
I do, bro.
You're a freak. You a freak.
You're a freak.
You like us.
I am.
You're a lot like us.
Yeah.
So, you
I
like
do
us.
kind of miss that. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
You're right there with us.
It's just
You don't have to lie to us.
I do miss it, bro.
Don't lie to me. I know. Wow. But yeah, elbow tendonitis, left shoulder.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. My
Yeah.
fault. Elbow tendonitis.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it may not even be like a legitimate thing, but
Yeah.
I know one thing. Like my elbow touched something, it's kind of like like it hurts. I gotta literally wear like a whole like
sleeve,
arm sleeve.
But hasn't that been bothering you since like?
Nah, I had
years?
I won't even say years. So one point it was a tricep thing that was bothering me. Tricep feels like normal again.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden it's like my elbow. So at some point it's gonna go down to my wrist. It'll go down to my hand. It'll go down to the fingertips, and then it'll leave. Like pain would just leave my body.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time. Yeah. So and then my left shoulder feels weird, but it's gotten a lot better.
Okay.
So that's how I am physically. Spiritually, man, like, gosh, like, I think you kind of hit on it too, D-Lo. Like when you were talking about like giving yourself grace, like, realizing like I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm flawed, but it's like learning from like every mistake and doing your best not to repeat it, and like just being thankful that God continues to give me grace and not like put the divine wrath on me for like whatever.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, like that has been something that like we've been on, like we've been just working through things. Like, I made a prayer a long time ago. I was like, I want to be the best like husband, friend, like son to, the people that love me and whatever. At the same time, like you got to go through the fire and you got to get, melded. You got to get molded to kind of be the person that you need to be for these people. So I feel like God has been doing that a lot lately. Yeah. I feel like it's picked up, especially like as I'm getting closer to like my wedding. Like it's been a lot of like, I'm developing you to be this type of person. So then that way, like you will be the person that I want you to be and that you envision yourself being under me. So that's been like a huge thing lately. And I've been so grateful for just, again, his mercy and his grace. And then also the patience too, because every now and again it's kind of like, mess up. And I pray and I admit that, I sinned or that I made this mistake. But, again, just so thankful for God's grace and just learning. So, yeah.
Indeed.
I think before we can get to the topic, I think the rapidness of social media kind of gives us like, not saying an unequal, but it's an unequal way that we judge ourselves compared to the way they did before social media. Because they weren't looking at different people to compare off. Oh, this is the right way to do this. This is the right way to do this. Now it was just them and God. Literally.
It's all you have.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all you could judge. But at the same time, too, like if you were trying to compare yourself to other people, like you could compare yourself to either, the one dude that in the neighborhood that's like killing it, like that's doing all the things in life, like set himself up for life because God's blessed him. Or you looking at the one brother that's kind of like, oh man, he could have been this, could have been that, he could have been somebody, but he's back here with me. Like you kind of look at both ways, or you look at your parents kind of like, Pops treated mom with the utmost respect. Well, I love mom did the same thing. Like that's the kind of man I want to be. Or you look at it like, oh, Pops was never really around. Pops was doing mom dirty. Mom ran all over Pops. Like I don't want to be this kind of dude. Right. But then you end up kind of falling into some of those same habits. So. It's that's kind of how I view that.
What's that? What's that?
Indeed. Well, man, like we said when the pod started, bro, football season's back, bro. When this episode comes out, we would have played, FCS games would start on Thursday. Right. Pretty sure it's games on Friday when this episode drops. And then Saturday, we get our teams. Y'all know my team. We got New Mexico State on Saturday. But now, for real, let's get into this NFL stuff first, man.
Sure. I can't wait to talk about your team later.
Not facts.
I really can't wait to talk about that.
I don't. But let's get into the biggest kind of topic first.
Yes.
The Browns situation at QB.
Yeah.
They announced Deshaun as a starter. My opinion going into the competition was I thought Shedeur would win.
Sure.
Kemp played out.
Yeah.
We never see anything like what the Browns do when it comes to putting out the completions and all that.
Yeah.
Practice-wise, we've never seen that before. So I'm paying attention to that, paying attention to the clips. We see the 2 preseason games. And, after all that, literally after, what was that? Saturday, after that game played Saturday, I was like, Shedeur, I feel like he locked up the position.
Yeah.
And then Tom Munkin comes out yesterday and says, Deshaun's our starter. I just want to get your take. What you think played into Deshaun getting that starting role?
So I don't know if you remember, but you remember when we first talked about this a while back, I told you Deshaun Watson was probably going to end up winning that job.
Yeah.
I told you he was going to win that job. And at that time, it wasn't because I thought that Deshaun was a better quarterback than Shedeur. That I think he has more experience in the NFL? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. But you can't forgo a $230 million guy that you giving all this guaranteed money to. And if you cut him, then you're in a hole like 90-something million. Even if you keep him this year and you cut him next year, you're still in a hole for $40-something million.
Yeah.
So you got to see what you have with that. Like, that's a big investment. That's a huge investment. You got to see, like, what exactly do I have with this? And if there is something there, then, we either can just let it roll and we can be happy about it, and maybe he comes back for a year if he can win the fans back, which is a whole nother conversation. But if it doesn't work out, okay, well, then we'll give our 5th-round pick. We'll give him the reins. And I think, realistically, Deshaun will probably really only get like 2 games. Yeah. I can't see that. I can't see it because I'll put it like this: you're on the road for 2 straight weeks. If he stinks it up both weeks, and the fans are kind of like, well, there's no way I'm going to this game in our home stadium and supporting this. You're gonna have to make a switch because if once it starts getting loud by those season ticket holders and those fans, you got to make a switch. And I think that's kind of when Shedeur will take over. But to your point, Shedeur it looks like he's had a much better camp than, Deshaun. I think that Shedeur is ready for the moment. However, when you have a new head coach, and I don't know if I think Andrew Berry, I think that's the name of the GM for the Browns. I don't know if he'll be there next year. And the reason why I say that is because you have not had any success with any of the players or in a season in a long time since Stefanski had that playoff run a while back. It has been miserable. It has been bad. So if you have another season where it just stinks, I don't see you being there. Now, they could tie the GM and Tom Munkin together and say, hey, like, you guys are 2 peas in the pie now. So if it sucks, like, you both are just going to be gone. Could do that.
I definitely see a potential where Tom Munkin may be one and done. I could see that happening.
There's a potential for that. And there's also, if they have a bad season this year, let's say they don't win a game, they have the number 1 pick, what's stopping you from drafting who's probably going to be the best quarterback in that draft? Like, what's stopping you? And then what's also stopping you from not just completely resetting?
Yeah.
Like, you more than likely, you can call up that Browns defensive coordinator they had last year and say, hey,
come back.
Yeah. You got the head coaching job. We'll find an offensive guy that'll get the offense going. We'll do that. But you can have the show. Now, would he do that? I hope so. Hope his ego doesn't get the best of him.
Right? Yeah.
But you reset there, kind of get the coaches you always wanted. You might be able to get the quarterback you've always wanted, depending on who separates themselves, this year. But I think those are some of the things that you kind of got to think about from an organization standpoint, is that money went into this. You could tank this year. You could have a much better team because you're going to have a lot of draft capital. At the same time, if that's the case, though, then they botched the whole Myles Garrett trade that they did.
Facts.
So then it's kind of like, well, we screwed that up. So how do we make this up? And I feel like this is the way. Now, a lot of this can be thrown out if Shedeur does end up taking over the job, and he just has an outstanding season. Then it's kind of like, all right, well, maybe we need to take a bet on this 5th-round pick. Maybe he can be something, because we've seen what Brock Purdy can do.
Right.
in the right system with the right coach, it just works. Shedeur could be another example, but there's still certain things that Shedeur has to continue to clean up. But again, it's a second-year quarterback in the NFL. It's possible. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And I feel like, again, by week 3, I think he's the starting quarterback of the Browns. I just don't see Deshaun Watson being the starting quarterback going back to Cleveland unless he just balls out those first 2 weeks.
He's going to have to – first of all, this is a scenario for Deshaun to be the starter week 3, right? Hypothetical. You gotta win both those games. First of all,
you have to, and you have to be in it, and it has to be 2 really good games by you. It has to be 2 clean games for you.
Yes, you have to win both those games, and Deshaun, you have to. I'm gonna say no turnovers, and then also you got to give me at least like 250, 300, and like at least in that 2 game span. I'm gonna just say total TDs since he's a dual threat. I need at least like 5 tuds in the first 2 games, maybe.
Well, the thing about it, he's coming from an Achilles tear too. So is he really still the same dual threat quarterback, or is he now a pocket passer, and now he has to live through that? Because now, when you lose one crucial part of your ability, you got to figure out a way to be better in what you were kind of trying to make up with your legs.
Right.
So now it's like, all right, well, Deshaun just popped. He's tore his Achilles. Now he's back. Can he be, a better pocket passer? That's the question. Because if it's not there, like I think that's the reason why he looks so bad in camp is because he's not used to actually playing from the pocket, and I feel like he may not trust that Achilles right now. He doesn't trust that ability to just take off and run. So it's kind of like, well, I'll just try to make my money from playing in the pocket and being that type of quarterback, and that's not his game. That's Shedeur's game. That's the reason why Shedeur's look better than Deshaun Watson.
Right. What'd you think, Maddie?
I mean, honestly, he mentioned I know they're in like if they decided to go with Shedeur, right? They obviously would have been in the hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Realistically. But I just feel like they would have made up on the front. They would have made up on the back end what could come from starting Deshaun realistically. And even still with what's going to happen, like he has to have a perfect 2 games. But say he doesn't, right? And or say he does, right? You're still kind of like taking a risk with the back end stuff. You know what I mean? You really are. I mean, I just feel like it would be better to start Shedeur regardless of the cap. You're going to take a loss regardless.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would be better to start Shedeur in a way. I feel like he will become the starter at some point. But starting from the jump and actually just take a risk in that way. Just literally going in on a QB first.
I think yes, but where it doesn't work out for him is that he's a 5th-round pick. Had he been a 1st-round pick, it's a different conversation.
Yeah. I know it's not in his favor, but what I'm saying is for the organization, they've done all these different moves and this and that, except for literally just saying, all right, we're going to sink or swim with one person.
I mean, but you can say the same thing about another team, too.
Right.
We're
going to get into them. Don't worry.
I mean, you can say, you can say that about another team, too, though.
I feel that. But maybe just because it just sounds crazy that it just sounds crazy not winning the starting position. But it is what it is.
I mean, and I'll say this to close my thoughts on it regarding Shedeur. I think that at the end of the day, if the Browns end up with a top 3 pick, there's no way in the world that he needs to still be a Cleveland Brown. Find a way, trade him to somebody else that's kind of like, we know we're going to need a quarterback at some point. Like, for instance, if Lenore Sellers doesn't have a good season, he ends up being one of those guys that you think could be maybe like a late 1st-round pick, but then he drops off to
Carson Bent type of thing.
Yeah, drops him to a 3rd. Like, if I'm the Steelers, I make the call. Yeah. Let him learn to Mike McCarthy. Yeah. Let him go from there.
Drew Aller?
Realistically,
they didn't look too bad in preseason.
He did it, but here's the thing, though. With project quarterbacks, if you already have a guy that you feel like can be your starting quarterback, you're going to develop this other guy, make him look good, and then you use him as a trade bait to go somewhere else. Think about it. If the Cowboys are smart, they would use Joe Milton as trade bait and let him go somewhere else.
Be cooking.
And they could probably get some good draft pick capital because draft picks, that's currency in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more capital you got, the more currency you have to make like bigger moves. So you imagine if Joe Milton's, he's shown all of this already, right? The Cowboys probably get like a third, maybe a second round pick from him. It's kind of like, hey, this is a guy that he could be our starting quarterback when Dak retires.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you want him, this is what it's going to cost you. And it's kind of like, how desperate are you? Because that's one of the strongest arms in the NFL.
For sure.
And he's come a long way.
He has.
So it's kind of like, do you take a risk? You could.
He's kind of been on like a Malik Willis type of trajectory. Other than Malik Willis got to start a couple games rookie year, I don't think Milton started any games rookie year because he came in with Drake May.
Yeah, but the thing about Malik though, and I'm not trying to talk bad about Malik. I'm not trying to take anything away from Malik. Malik's talent and his ability as a quarterback does not come close.
The talent, yeah.
To where Joe is at. And the reason why I say that is the games that he had to come into service when Jordan Love was hurt. Again, Matt LaFleur is a heck of a football coach.
For sure,
Great offensive mind. He's going to like help you. Like he's going to make you look good. He's not going to ask you to do too much. That's the reason why Malik looked good. Now you bring him into another system in Miami. It's kind of like, well, is he going to be the same guy? And there's been a lot of reports out of Miami saying that it has not looked good down there. So
I feel like they met. Just talk about Malik real quick, bro. I don't like. Of course, I'm happy he's getting the starting nod in Miami.
Sure.
I just wish first they would have kept. Well, I'm happy we got him with the Broncos. Don't get it mixed up.
Waddle, yeah.
I love that for us.
Yeah.
But for Malik, I'm like, how do you bring in this new QB and then you take away his number one target?
It's the same thing that you would do if you're the Cardinals or the Jets. You're just trying to get through the year. And if you win games, great. But you're expecting you're probably going to lose more than you're going to win.
Yeah.
And you're going to probably there's going to be 3 quarterbacks that you're probably eyeing.
You think that's what they were thinking even before signing Malik?
I think, like, if you're going to have I'll put it like this, because you think about it. At one point, they did say, we do not have plans to trade Jalen Waddle, and we do not have plans to let Bradley Chubb go. Both of those 2 guys are gone. The only person that they kept was Devon Achane.
Yeah.
That's the only person that they kept. You let 2 keystones of your franchise go, but you kept 1. How are you going to help your quarterback? Like, how are you helping your defense?
Right.
I mean, yeah, you can get some draft capital out of it. Now, Chris Bell might be a guy for them.
I like him.
You know, he could be a guy, but we
him.
don't know what he's going to be like coming from an ACL to as a receiver. He could be stellar.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't know yet.
They're playing the long game.
They're playing the long game. Because imagine you're the Dolphins. Malik doesn't do well, but you got him for 2 more years. You bring in a rookie quarterback, let's say a Dante Moore or you can bring in
Trinidad?
Arch. I'll have another conversation about Trinidad.
Okay.
Or who's the other one? CJ Carr from Notre Dame.
Okay.
So you're looking at these 3 guys and you're kind of like, okay, well, one of these guys will fall and we need a guy that can make something happen out of nothing if our offensive line isn't like holding up in the pass protection game.
Right.
Hence, you probably go Dante Moore.
Yeah.
You have Dante Moore. You have a guy that's a little similar to Malik that can make plays with his legs, that can throw the ball really well. And you have your weapons. Now it becomes a thing of, okay, well, we have a rookie quarterback that we know we can have 5 years with. And we have a guy that's been in the NFL that's a high-quality backup. We can try to keep him here, you know, but 2 more years with this, like,
because Malik's on a 3-year, like,
he's on a 3-year deal.
How much?
I think he's making money. I
Yeah,
think it's like $40-something million, maybe. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
But he's making some good money.
He in Florida too.
Exactly.
So it's like,
I mean, at the same time though, it's kind of like, well, Malik, if you want to be here, you end up being a high quality backup for us, and we bring in this rookie quarterback that's going to be the face of the franchise. That's just the reality of it.
He's going to have a fantastic year for sure.
Yeah, he's going to have to show like franchise quarterback potential if they don't want to have to draft a quarterback in the first round in 2027. I mean, but that's the same conversation for a lot of teams. It's just not them. Yeah. It's the same conversation for everybody else, because could you imagine Malik Willis works out and they're like, well, we don't have a number 1 receiver, but we have a top 3 draft pick. Let's get Jeremiah Smith.
Hey, boy, Malik Malik and Jeremiah cut up.
So I mean, like
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, I think either way, they're probably thinking like we're gonna be fine regardless. If it doesn't work out and Malik doesn't play well, that top 3 pick, we're gonna get a QB. Malik plays well and shows he could be our QB. We'll use this pick and get him a receiver. Yeah, I like that. That. Shifting over to the NFC though.
Right,
you know where we're going, bro.
All right, bro. All right.
You know where we're going.
That's fine.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid off, bro.
I got a lot of thoughts about them too, so feel free to shoot ahead with that.
All right.
Rip the Band-Aid off, bro.
So, looking at the Falcons, right?
Yeah.
Y'all have had a interesting QB carousel since old Matty Ice has left, right?
Yeah.
It's been a carousel this way. So let's talk about
has been a
2026. Season starts in week and a half, 2 weeks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got this QB battle going on between Tua and Penix.
Yeah.
They're similar with the injuries. They're similar. They're lefties. Who do you want to start?
Sure.
Who do you think is going to start?
Mm-hmm.
Which QB gives y'all the best chance to compete in that division?
All right. You want
It
me
don't
to
matter.
just-
Who
you-
wanna
you-
jump in?
first because you're gonna give it more in depth.
All right, you go first.
Jump
Well, I
in.
want to start Penix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why?
All right, biasly, I feel like Penix it has more of the like style of play. I feel like it's best for us right now.
Okay.
But who I think is gonna start, who I think would actually realistically do best for us
Okay, then.
Mm-hmm.
is Tua.
Oh, that quarterback for Alabama?
Right now at least.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
I'm not thinking of the
Sure.
long game right
Sure,
now.
sure,
Okay,
sure, sure,
okay.
sure,
I'm thinking the long game right now.
sure.
So right now.
I asked you this real quick, not to cut you off. I know Penny's only been in the league, 2 years, right?
2 years.
I want Penix to start realistically, but
2 seasons, 12 games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
His 12 games versus Tua's 12 games. Who you taking? Tua's first 12 games in the league.
that's a great. Definitely taking Tua. It was not enough. It's not enough data on Penix yet, bro. I don't think you can.
That's why I said 12 games. The first 12 games. I feel like Tua showed you more in his first 12.
That's realistically why I say Tua is probably going to start. But I just think style wise, I would personally want to start Penix because I feel like with Bijan, Drake,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
all the weapons we have, I feel like his style of play would actually. I think it would just be a good compliment for their play styles as well, like with the weapons he got. But
Yeah.
with Tua, he's more of the seasoned quarterback.
He's a veteran at
right
this
now.
point. Yeah.
But again, it's like both athletes are we're just seeing who got the best duct tape on them right now. Realistically, bro, like we're just seeing who got duct tape.
Nah,
That's
for
an
real.
interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Realistically,
Who
bro,
got the most bubble wrap on?
Yeah. Whose cast is put on the bench
Gosh
right now?
almighty. Who's cast? Put on the
Like,
bench?
but I would like Penix to
Okay.
start, but realistically, I think Tua is like overall what an organization would
Yeah.
choose right now. So
Okay.
Hop in, Cole.
I was just trying to do some quick research because I was curious too to know like what's Tua's first 12 games versus
Yeah.
yeah,
this
is bad. I mean,
7.
bad,
I think if I'm seeing this right on Reddit,
Talk to me.
like I don't have the best connection here right now. So I mean, like from what I'm seeing, this is from Reddit, so take it at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Tua through his first 12 full games,
Yep.
7-5,
Okay.
267 for 404, 66% completion percentage, 2,636 yards, 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 90 passer rating, 161 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 fumble. If that's correct,
I mean,
to answer your question, Diallo, I'm still taking Michael Penix Jr. But let me tell you why.
yeah, I just need some explanation.
But
bro.
let me tell you why.
I feel you though. I feel
No.
you, but
And I'm not saying it from a place of like of how I feel about the current state of the Atlanta Falcons. I'm saying it from a standpoint of what's not being counted. And this is the same thing. You can make the same argument for Tua. You got receivers that are dropping balls, right? You got, coaching decisions that influence a lot of what the public sees and how they feel about quarterbacks. And I'm going to say this now on camera, so I'm staring at the camera now when I say this. So I'm not talking to y'all when I say this.
Okay, then.
Wins are not a quarterback stat.
Oh, wow.
Let's go ahead and say that now. Wins are not a quarterback stat.
It's a team stat.
It is a team stat.
Okay.
Because quarterbacks are a key component to winning football games. However, they do not win football games by themselves. And if you do think that, ask Joe Burrow how he's been doing with the Cincinnati Bengals without a good defense. My point.
That's a good point.
Okay.
I can't argue that.
So now, going back to what I'm saying about Penix, right? Penix played he started 12 games. All right? Or he played in 12 games. Started 12 games.
Yep.
Okay? In 5 of those games were him coming back, tying the football game, or to a lead, or turning into a lead, whereas scoring, turning into a lead, or just tying the game up. In those 5 games, they have lost all 5 of those games. And that has been because of either defense just screwing the pooch and just, falling apart, or special teams having a kicker that can't make a kick. That's 5 games. Now, I'm not saying that that they're winning those 5 games if those things don't happen.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that there's a possibility, right? So you're 4-8 as a starter.
Okay.
You take those 5 games and you put it back to your record, you're 9-3. It's a different conversation.
For sure.
Okay, so now let me ask you this question. Would you take Tua over Caleb Williams in the first 12 games?
That's a good question.
Or let me put it like this. Would you take – hold on. Let me take this. I'll take it back. Tua, his first 12 games compared to Caleb Williams in his second year with Ben Johnson as his head coach.
Oh, shit. I think I'll take Caleb.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got Caleb? What was Caleb Williams' pass completion percentage this past season?
It wasn't the best, though. I'll tell you right now.
What was it?
It wasn't the best.
I know what it was.
But I see what you're getting at.
You know, see what I'm getting at, though?
But that's why I've been saying they got to take a risk, though.
But Caleb Williams below 60%, 58%, if I'm not mistaken. 58% completion percentage in the regular season. Wow. However, they made the playoffs.
They did.
Right? Because their team did not fall apart when they, in crucial moments, they stood firm and they won games. All right? So, me saying all of this is that the conversation around Michael Penix Jr. is because of 2 things. It's because of his injuries, which is legitimate. I understand. I agree. But that's part of the game, as all 3 of us know. You can't help injuries happen. You're either prone to injury or you're injury prone.
Facts.
1 of the 2.
Facts.
All right? With that being said, the other part is that Michael Penix Jr. is inaccurate, and he is that he is 4-8 as a starter. As I just said, wins are not a quarterback stat. As I just told you, Michael Penix Jr. lost 5. The Falcons lost 5 games that he got them back in position to tie the game or to take a lead in those games. 2 other parts of the team let that offense down. Now, I rest my case for the reason why I say that. Okay. Now, in regards to why I'm still taking Penix over Tua is because I feel like Penix opens up the offense more than Tua does. I think Tua is fantastic with the short game, 1 to 9 yards, and the intermediate game between that 10 and 19 yards. Okay. When you look at it from a perspective of you have guys that can get down the field and stretch the field, that are running these crosser routes kind of deep, you need a guy that's going to be able to get it to him, that's going to actually put some oomph on it to where it's not just floating up there and the defender can make a play on the ball.
Right.
So that's the reason why I say Michael Penix Jr. Now, is he perfect? No. So going back to your first 3 questions that you asked.
Yes, sir.
Who do I want to win?
Yes.
I want Michael Penix Jr. to win.
Okay.
Who I think gives the team the best chance to win, who I think realistically will win that job, I still say it's Michael Penix Jr. Because it's not – the thing about this whole quarterback competition, you don't have to be better than Tua. Tua has been in the NFL far longer than Michael Penix Jr. He's 2 years older than Penix. Penix just has to be close, and he has to show consistency that he's continuing to get better. Okay? True. So that's point A for the reason why I'm saying this. Point B, as all 3 of us know, it's a different feeling when the guy that you personally believe in runs the huddle versus somebody that you're kind of like, I don't know, man.
Right.
Brown situation.
Yeah. You just kind of like, I don't know. That's the guy.
Yeah. Brown situation.
You kind of pay attention to what a lot of these reporters are saying about what they're seeing from the players and the teammates and all this other stuff. It's a lot more support for Michael Penix Jr. In my opinion, that's his team.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's his team. I mean, Cam Newton asked Kyle Pitts, he was like, if, who do you want to start? Kyle's like, I can't answer that. Okay, who do you hang out with the most? And if a house catches on fire, who you saving? Kyle Pitts golfs with Penix quite a bit.
All right.
They hang out. They talk a lot. I think
you got right there.
So look at Drake London. Drake, obviously you did get hurt at one point in the season, but you did have 3 touchdown receptions against a team that made it to the Super Bowl, and y'all were in position to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you want to be your quarterback? Yeah. The guy that got me there.
Right.
Drake, matter of fact, and Kyle, and heck, even
Who's the QB that got y'all paid?
Who got you paid?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah.
So that's another argument to that.
Mm-hmm.
My final argument, let's see if I can remember it correctly. My final argument, the reason why I'm saying Penix over Tua, is more about you got to figure out. You got a new staff. Obviously, they're not tied to Penix. They didn't pick him in the first round, whatever. Mm-hmm. Cool. But you got him still on a rookie contract. You got 3 years left on that deal.
Yep.
You got to figure out what you got.
Yeah.
You have to figure out what you got. And if it works out, great. And if it doesn't, well, you can say that, okay, well, we can try to draft another quarterback. But realistically, if Penix stinks it up or if Tua comes in, I think they still make it to 7-10 or 8-9.
That's always an issue.
And that still pushes them out of really getting a quarterback.
Yeah.
So then it's kind of like, well, maybe he develops next year. Maybe he's the guy next year. And then maybe it shows. Yeah. And then he can take this thing and just run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
That could be the case too. So I mean, there's a lot of things that where I feel like it makes sense for Mike to get the job. And I think just what Mike can do athletically from what he can do in the passing game and how he can help stretch the field with his arm, I think that opens up the offense a lot more. And I feel like accuracy, yes, it's at a premium. Like, that is very important as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can work on those things. But when you look at Tua is throwing these short routes, and he's just getting completions off of just basically checkdowns.
Right.
Because he doesn't trust that arm to really go down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to take a hit. Hence when Atlanta played the Broncos in the preseason game. You could kind of see it. So with Penix, I think he's going to give you the best chance. Like, there was one play, I think it was like one of the first pass plays. Zachariah Branch literally broke between 2 defenders in cover 4, got past the corner, and he's R&B in the safety. There's enough time for Penix or even Tua, if Tua could throw the football down that far, to just throw that ball up, let Zachariah run toward it,
right,
and just get it and catch it, and that's a big play for a touchdown probably. So that's the reason why I'm saying Penix gives that offense the most in terms of explosiveness, what it can be and what it should be. That's the reason why I say Penix. And then how I'm going to just put my little bow on it. If Tua really wanted the job, Tua would have won the job by now, because Michael Penix Jr. has not participated in team workouts. Let me say this for people to understand. I don't say 11 on 11. I think that's the most non-football way to basically say you don't know.
All right.
I will always say team. 7 on 7 is skelly to me. I will always say that.
Yeah.
But team, if you're not a full participant in doing team reps and you're in this competition, 2 things. One, you as the person that is participating full time, you should be making leaps and bounds and separating yourself.
True.
Tua has not done that. I've had conversations with sports reporters, and I'm like, okay, between us, this is how I'm seeing it. This does not seem like a guy that really wants the job. This is a guy that's kind of looking to really just get his feet back and maybe decide if he wants to continue to play in the NFL or if he wants to just go ahead and just call it. All right, he's getting paid $50-something million to basically sit the bench or play for another team.
Right.
Okay? This is not in my eyes, listening to him talk and seeing what he's doing in camp, this is not a guy that really wants the quarterback, the QB1 job here in Atlanta. So he is not a factor into the future of what the Atlanta Falcons are going to be.
Right.
Okay. The final thing regarding Tua in regards to, I don't think that he really wants it, and just kind of listening to everything, is that the way he talks about playing football is not kind of dictate. It doesn't give me that feeling of a guy that really wants it.
Yeah.
Getting by.
Yeah, it's like it's a guy. It sounds like a guy that's getting by. Like he just does not have that. There's nothing in him that makes me feel like this is a guy that really wants to be a starting quarterback here and is looking to restart his career. No, this is a guy that's looking to, like, let me make another $1 million. Let me make a decision. Like, I'm getting ready to have my third kid. Like, my wife's pregnant.
Right.
Let me figure this out. That's what it feels like right now. And like, it's more of a, I'm hoping Mike just beats me out and I don't have to worry about it. I hope he stays healthy. Because if Mike does that, you answered the hardest question that the Atlanta Falcons have been trying to answer forever. Can we finally have a franchise quarterback? And I think so. Yes. Can he stay healthy? That will always be the biggest question. But I think there's enough there to say Michael Penix Jr. can be the franchise quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons if he can continue to show consistency and continue to elevate his accuracy. If he can get to 65%, I think you have something there. If he can be 65% passer, he's fine.
Yeah.
If he continues to keep those turnovers down, he's there. Yeah. All right. He stays healthy, doesn't get hurt, he's there. It opens the doors for Atlanta to do more things to help that team be successful down the line, because there are holes that they have to fill. Right tackle is one of them. The line is another one. I think they can still get a true wide receiver too. I think that's another thing that they can go get.
Yeah. I question, do you think Zachariah Branch could kind of come into that?
I do. I think Zachariah Branch will probably be like the real wide receiver too. If I had to really compare it, I think that there's some shades of how that team is structured, similarly to how Kansas City was structured at one point when Tyreek Hill was still there. You have your big body receiver that was kind of like a Sammy Watkins kind of guy. You got your speed threat with Zachariah Branch.
Correct.
You got a tight end that is much more of a receiving kind of guy, like in Kyle Pitts, and then now you're missing that one other receiver that can really just like change the game. You got a running back.
Replace it with a running back.
Yeah, you could replace him with a running back, but you do have a running back that can do just about dang near everything. So then you're kind of like, well, if we get one more receiver, then
I like Jahan Dotson.
And Jahan Dotson, former first round pick, he could be something too, and he could have a resurgence in his career. Yeah. And I hope that's the case. But now it's like offensively, you can address all these things as they come versus like we still got to figure out quarterback. Well, we got quarterback and he's been healthy and he's done this. Yeah. We have something here. Now let's address all these other holes that we have through the draft or free agency. We go from there, and then you look same thing with defense. And then they also probably going to have to get another kicker because Nick Folk's over 40 years old, can't kick forever. So all that being said, and that's off topic. Yes, I want Penix to win. Yes, I believe that he will win. Yep. If he ends up playing this Friday, that further confirms it to me that he will be playing on.
He hasn't played in any preseason.
He has not. He just got cleared.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
But
cool.
Tua has only played in one preseason game, and he did not look great. So with Mike, it's now the question of if he does play, can you handle that type of pressure again? Like, can you get used to it? Are you getting the I was hurt out your mind?
Mental durability.
Like that's something that he has to have. Like, and I think the only way to know if he's ready for week one, you have to put him out there.
Yeah, you got to play one game.
Like he doesn't need to be out there a whole quarter or a whole half of football.
Like 2 drives.
Just put him in for 2 drives. Give him 10 plays. 10 plays. If it's 10 plays within the first series, they score a touchdown. He makes it out there clean. All right,
cool.
Come out.
All right.
But if it's kind of like how it was with Denver, where it's like, short, series and give him 2.
All right.
See how he handles it. Go from there. But the main thing is you have to let him play because if you don't want to go to the Steelers and play them. Nah. And then you don't want to get shell-shocked when you got T.J. Watt.
That's week 1?
That's week 1.
Oh, shit.
You don't want to be shell-shocked feeling like, we got T.J. Watt coming off the edge.
Yeah.
You got this, like, nasty Steelers D-line and secondary that's just this talented. you want to feel good going there, like
Right.
you're comfortable. You don't want to be thinking about like, oh, like I got to worry about my leg. And all
Right.
this other stuff. You don't want to think about that. The best thing for Atlanta is for Penix to be the guy. You got him on a rookie contract.
Yeah.
Let him ball. Same thing with Tua. Like
Yeah.
if you give Tua the job, and let's say Tua does win out, and let's say he does have a solid year,
Yeah.
you telling me you're going to really sign Tua to extend him to a longer contract?
I think his
Yeah.
mental durability right now isn't the best out of
I
them
think-
two. I mean, mental durability, because I think that has to be a factor when it comes to the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Uh,
But at the same time, though, the reason why I fight back on mental durability being on the weaker side for Penix is that he's come back from – this is his 5th season-ending injury that he's dealt with.
yeah.
He's had 4 in college, once so far in the NFL. Hopefully it's the only one that he'll
Yeah.
have. But to me, that mindset
Yeah.
is what like represents the heart of like a true person from like Atlanta. Because
Right.
you're resilient, you
Mhm.
don't give up, and you find a way to get things done because you know what it means to hustle.
Indeed.
That's how I envision the reason why I'm saying Michael Penix Jr. is the franchise quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
No, agreed.
I mean, I definitely would say this. I think regardless of who starts, I think that QB with the Falcons, you have enough weapons
Yeah.
to at least give yourself a chance to fight in every game.
But where I counter that is that if, again, it's no disrespect to Tua, but if Tua's a starting quarterback and you have a defense that's kind of like, all right, we just got to make sure Tua he's not like he can throw the ball more than 20 yards down the field. So we'll just sit on everything within like the short intermediate game and say, hey, I dare you to beat us down the field.
Right.
So it's kind of like you take that
Handicap,
away and you
yeah.
take away his
Handicap.
reads,
Get a little dicey.
Yeah.
it gets a little dicey.
Okay. We'll see what happens in Atlanta, y'all. Moving over to the Vikings, bro. And this is probably
They got a situation.
I'm sorry, I gotta keep it a mean, y'all.
They do have a
got
situation.
They
situation.
said they said this was a QB battle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say out of all the QB battles that was going on in camp,
Mm-hmm.
this was probably the least
Yeah.
competitive one,
Well,
in my opinion.
I agree.
I to an extent I agree. I think the least competitive one should have been the one in Atlanta. But considering what happened in Minnesota and how quickly that decision was made, all right, let's go ahead and keep it real. JJ McCarthy should have not been a quarterback that was drafted in the first round. That should have never happened. Never happened.
No.
Yeah.
However,
No cap.
it did happen.
Yep.
Now, do I think Kyler is the future of that organization? No, I don't think Kyler's the future of that organization. I think Kyler maybe, hopefully, keeps KOC employed in Minnesota.
Right.
Maybe that's what Kyler does, but Kyler is not the future of that franchise. And I hate to say it, it's either they're going to have to try to find some type of trade value for JJ, or they're going to have to, again, draft another quarterback and see if that can work out. Because the thing with JJ, which still mind boggles me to this day, you drafted a quarterback that, yes, did win a national championship, but lived off the run game from Michigan in order to win that, to get to that point. It wasn't JJ making the throws or lighting the world up with, 3,500 yards plus passing.
Right.
It was because of that run game. So why would you draft a guy that hasn't really proven that he could do it in the passing game? So it goes back to now Kyler being there. I think Kyler's a talented quarterback. I don't think Kyler's the same Kyler that we all fell in love with when he was coming out of Oklahoma, when he was with the Cardinals in his first couple of years.
Right.
I think that time is gone. So I think they have to reset at that position, and if they do reset, it could be because it was just that bad of a year and maybe they had a head coaching change.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Vikings were 2 years removed from being, or two seasons removed from being in the playoffs because they had Sam Darnold.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe you can afford to have one more bad season, but get your quarterback of the future and say, all right, well, this is the guy that I really want, and we can run from there. But yeah, it was the least surprising because again, JJ's not talented as a passer, and I think that blanking on my guy's name, Kyler. Thank you. I think Kyler brings more to the game with his ability to run His ability to make some plays happen out of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen while Kyler hasn't had maybe the career a number one pick should have. I feel like he's shown enough flashes to where he can keep this ship afloat, whereas last year that ship had sinked.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
Yeah.
I definitely think from Justin Jefferson's POV, I know he's way more excited going into this season than he was last season.
Bro.
Having Kyler at QB versus JJ.
Yeah.
I definitely think this season, in my opinion, I think Kyler has a solid season. I'm not saying he's not going to have this Sam Darnold type of season. I want to say that. Mm-hmm. But I do think the Vikings are more competitive than they were last year.
Yeah.
Do they get in the playoffs? I don't know. That division is super tough. Yeah. Detroit's going to be better than they were last year. Yeah.
Well, they should be, theoretically.
Yeah, they should be. But I think K1 and Judge Jefferson are going to be, and Jordan Ass, I think that's going to be a good mirage of offense enough to propel K1 to have a solid year. I think Justin Jefferson probably has like a 1,500, 1,600 type of year because he's going to get him that ball. I say that much. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I can somewhat see where you're coming from where it's like K1 might be 29, 30. So it's like realistically, is he your QB of the future?
You don't want to hedge that. I mean, you're on a 1-year deal, then you got to think about it. And then we got to re-sign him if we really like him. And then we're looking at maybe shelling out like $50 to $100 million for a guy. It's like, do you really want to do that, or do you just want to reset it, get a guy that's a little bit taller, that has maybe a stronger arm, that's a little bit more accurate, that's a little bit more into it, know, and go from there. Because more than likely, the thing with a lot of these first-year rental quarterbacks is that it's either they're about to be out the NFL or this will open the door for them to go somewhere else and probably make more money. Like, could you imagine a Kyler probably going to Pittsburgh instead, or Kyler going to a place, what's another team that probably, like a Miami instead? Or like things like that. Like, teams that aren't in a good position to go get a quarterback in the first round, or they're not sold on the talent in the first round. They're kind of like, all right, well, we'll just throw the dice on one of these guys that's been doing it.
The Jets, maybe.
The Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, his career probably end over there, but
I feel bad for Geno, man. I don't think
his career's over. His career's over.
The Jets, bro, like that's a whole other discussion. But, moving over to college football, bro. Bro, we was talking for the pod, bro, and I didn't want to talk too much on it because I knew this was gonna be an in-depth conversation, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know how new the ruling is, but basically now, you have these players, right? Entered the draft, got drafted or undrafted, got on a team. Some even played in a preseason game, but now there's a ruling to where they can go back into college football.
Yeah.
Like I seen the tight end that was at Ole Miss last year.
Yep.
Literally was on, I think, the Saints, I believe. And now he's back going to LSU.
He was with I don't think it was the Saints. It was the Browns.
The Browns.
It
was, offensive lineman, I think somebody said in the group chat. Offensive lineman had went to the Saints, and now he's going
with
to
Texas. Well, no, one just went back to Texas.
Yeah.
I do know that. So here's the thing, right? So I'm going to read this. This is verbatim what the SEC just put out.
Yep.
This was
shit weird.
It's about
Bro, what?
It's weird.
It's about 2 hours ago this was put out. 6:49 p.m. An SEC institution is not permitted to have an athlete on its roster who has, one, previously declared for the NFL, NBA, or WNBA draft and did not appropriately withdraw, sign a contract with an NFL or other professional football league, NBA/G League, or WNBA or affiliate team, or been listed on an NFL or other professional football league, NBA, G League, or WNBA roster. The commissioner is authorized to enforce this expectation with penalties against member institutions. So, I think the Big Ten did something similar. One, and I was talking to a few guys, one who's a assistant NIL director for LSU, which is funny talking about that with LSU people. This is a detriment to college football when you have guys that are going to camps, all right, signing contracts, trying to make a roster. it's like you're giving them a do-over to come back and raise their draft stock. While I'm all for guys being able to raise their draft stock.
For sure.
But if you've run out of eligibility, there's nothing else you can do in college, then it's kind of like you got to put on your big boy, shorts, and you got to go find a way to go win the job.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go make a roster spot or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and that's another thing too, you're taking away opportunities from other kids and young adults that are trying to make it to the professional level because you're coming back trying to be like, well, I've seen it now. I know what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me come back for, a season. Let me I know what I need to work on. I can work on that now. I can show them and I can go back and then I can make it to the NFL or whatever.
Right.
That's not fair.
Not in my opinion.
That's not fair. Because it's not fair to the guys that are playing in the UFL.
Yep.
These are the
That's
same guys.
Yeah, like
these are
guys.
guys.
That's what I was thinking of right there.
These are guys who are trying to make the NFL too, like the Canadian League. Like there's so many. All of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get it. They don't get that same opportunity to go back to college and go another year and then try to make it back to the NFL. That doesn't work.
Right.
They got to make a name for themselves in the respective leagues that they're in, and then hopefully, if the NFL is doing their job, those scouts, they're gonna go find a guy and they're gonna bring him back, and they're gonna say, all right, hey, we saw what you did here. Can you come do it on this stage now? That's how it should be. Right. It shouldn't be, you know what, I didn't make the, I don't think I'm gonna make the roster. I got waived, and I got cut by this team in the NFL. Let me see if I can go back to college and maybe I can make some shake there. That's not right. That's just not right because that's like.
It's just like
no coach should be doing no coach should say that, you know what, this is a great idea. This makes college football more competitive. You're taking away opportunities.
Weird just because, like we were just saying, whatever player was in that position, right? Like looking at the tight end from Ole Miss is now going back to LSU. Mm-hmm. It probably was a tight end that was maybe second, third string at tight end, fighting their way to get to that starting spot or just to get into that rotation. Yeah. And now they see this new tight end. It was a dog at Ole Miss, entered the league, but now he's coming to the school I'm at. Yep. And the rotation that I was about to be in, I'm no longer about to be in because now he's about to take that. It's just I don't agree with it, bro.
It's a malpractice. I'm glad that kind of the bigger conferences in the country, in college football, have decided to put out something saying that this is wrong. Excuse me, and I think that's a step in the right direction. I just think that at the end of the day, it goes back to that there is no regulation with, what's going on with college football. There's no rules. The fact that there even has to be this statement about a rule saying that once you have declared or you've made a roster or whatever for any of these professional leagues, you are not allowed to come back. Right. Yeah. That was never a rule because no one would have thought that should have been a thing in the first place. Mm-hmm. But the way that, NIL or, how revenue and how, kids are making money doing this and how loose everything has been ever since NIL has become a thing, has been truly the Wild Wild West because there's no control over all of this stuff. So now you got guys that are, going professional and then they're not cracking it up there. And it's kind of like, let me go back to college and see if I can make, maybe more money in college or I can make a bigger name for myself in college. It's the same situation that the Alabama basketball player did, Charles Bediako. Yeah, he was in the NBA. He tried to come back. He played in the game, didn't look great, but that's an example of, abusing, the framework of there's not a rule for this. So I'm glad that there's a rule for it now, and hopefully this will be a thing where if you're going to go play pro, then you got to understand that there's no turning back, and that you have to you're an adult. You got to go make it happen now for yourself. Yeah. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you're just like the rest.
Hopefully, you got a degree.
Yeah, because it's creating less significance on the things like declaring for the draft and the decisions like that comes with the sport. Bro. It's like I think Nick Saban's seen all this kind of forecast.
I think there's a part of it. There's a part of it. I think he saw. I think what Nick saw was that, trying to bid for players, basically, with whatever resources or donors that are willing to shell out money. I think that's kind of where he said, you know what, it's not worth it.
I think I think he he understands, or we should say, we understand like the good side of NIL.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not say this is basically all bad.
Yeah.
It's good. It's great stuff.
Yeah, because you're also changing the lives of like some of these kids too.
But I think it's, again, we got to understand who's actually, businesses have these in their hands. You know what I mean? It's like they're going to look at it from a business rather. They're still going to look at it from the benefits of the player, but at the end of the day, they're businesses.
Yes.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, regardless. So
it's an interesting landscape now in college football, bro. Cause like while it is positives, like you have kids that are now able to help their families back home, which is a beautiful thing, and take care of themselves. But then the other end is like the abuse with some of the money, and then just the landscape of like what's the real jurisdiction of what kids can do now. Yeah. Going to the pros and coming back, like that should never. If you would have told me that as a young kid, like when I was in high school, I'm like, nah, there's no way that's a real thing, right? But now it's the actual thing that's going on. So I think that whole thing just needs to be cut out, bro.
Yeah, cut out.
Looking at the QB class though, I think this has a potential. I'm not gonna say it's going to be, because that 2020
Jaden Daniels class.
Jaden Daniels
2024 class.
That 2024 class is going to end up being very legendary in my opinion. But looking at this QB class coming up, you got Trinidad. You got Arch. I like Sam Levitt. That's at LSU now. He has some flashes at Arizona State. We'll see how he looks in the SEC. You got your boy. You was talking about somebody earlier.
Dante Moore.
Dante Moore.
Yep.
And I just feel like
CJ Carr.
CJ Carr. It's a lot of QBs that can make this class interesting. What do you think about this QB class?
I mean, frankly, to put this simple, we say the same exact thing every single year.
Yeah, that is true.
Every quarterback class.
That is true.
It's supposed to be the next best quarterback class. Like, these are the guys. We say this dang near every single year. You know, now there are some exceptions to some of this. I know, go ahead.
I was going to piggyback something you said earlier in the pod, bro. I think it just, yes, we should have this anticipation for these QBs. I think it's valid. But I think where we haven't been shining a light on the fact that the QBs aren't the ones that – it was something you said with the win ratio.
Yeah, it's like wins aren't a quarterback stat. Yeah.
So, but I feel like we need to shine a light on what the actual engine is for wins rather than just looking at QBs wise. Like, what's the real –
I'll put it like this.
You know what I mean?
Like, if we were to look at this past draft cycle, right? Indiana won the national championship. Is for Fernando Mendoza the same quarterback if he doesn't have some of the guys that are playing on that team? You know, the receivers wise, is Jackson Dart the same quarterback that gets drafted in the first round if Lane Kiffin isn't there and all these other guys are still there? Is Michael Penix Jr. the same first round pick at quarterback if Roma Dunze wasn't there, but even though McLaughlin, Polk, all these guys, you want to go back further, is it's the question of, are these guys still the same guys if they're not in the system? And a lot of these guys have proven that they are still the same guys regardless of the system. Sometimes the system can hinder them, but they've proven that they're still worthy of being one of those better quarterbacks. So going back to your question about this class of quarterbacks, I think there's a lot of talent. Personally, my favorite three is Dante Moore. I'm starting to really like CJ Carr a little bit.
Okay.
And I like Darian Mensah from that's now at Miami.
Yep.
I really like those three.
CJ Carr.
Yeah, I'm more like leaning as Dante's probably my favorite quarterback in this class. I am not an Arch Manning believer. Now he did come on late. He came on late last year.
He did.
But now I got to see a full body of work.
Right.
All right. Now with Trinidad, it's like, okay, can you do it without Lane being in your ear? Can you do it without having that type of offensive mind that's around?
Right.
Who's another one? With Sam Levitt, it's like, okay, well, can you thrive in Lane Kiffin's offense? Which I think he can. And what kind of weapons do you have at LSU? Like, are they gonna be the reason why you're that good? I think the only quarterback that I've, in recent memory, in my opinion, that has looked good despite having first-round caliber receivers, is Joe Burrow. He had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and he still looked like the same dude.
That came in from the get-go. Yeah.
He still looks like the same dude.
Yeah.
Now, I have my other thoughts about Joe Burrow, but still, he looks like the same guy.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's the reason why the Bengals ended up drafting Jamar Chase, because you want to keep that symmetry there, because this is a guy that he felt really comfortable with.
All right.
That had a lot of big plays. So take that as you will. But, I think the three quarterbacks that I mentioned that I really like, I really like those three. I think Arch will be a first round pick at quarterback based off the last name.
For sure.
But if I'm Arch, and here's another thing with NIL, if you're not a first round pick or even a second round pick, why even bother? Like, why do it?
Yeah.
If you have the eligibility, why
go back.
do it? Just go back.
Yeah.
Just do it, because it doesn't make sense. Carson Beck took a team to the national championship even though they didn't win.
Yeah.
He was making more money at Miami and Georgia than he's making now with the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Why go if you have eligibility? Just stay. If you're not a first round pick, just stay.
I think that's what might end up happening with Carr out of Notre Dame, because he's a younger guy.
Yeah. He's a younger guy.
I see him coming. And
his name isn't as widely known
as some of
these other guys that are running out. They're running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
But Carr has enough time to where it's kind of like, I come back another year and really show that I'm that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, though, as a coach, you kind of got to be like, well, we just recruited this guy, and we kind of don't want to lose him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to sit around and wait.
Right.
So.
Man. I definitely think Mensa out of Miami, probably out of those quarterbacks, I'm probably eyeing the most, because what we've seen out of Miami the past couple years, bro, is they bring in new quarterbacks and they go far.
Works. Yeah, it works.
It works.
Cam Ward is the perfect example of that. And then Carson Beck comes in and he has a lot of success compared to, he had great success in Georgia, but then he had some really dang good success in Miami. So it's kind of like if Mensa can get it done, then, that's another guy that's going to rise up there. But I don't know if he's a first-round pick at quarterback. I think he's one of those guys where he slips and he ends up checking out to be a pretty dang talented guy.
Mm.
Yeah. I agree.
Let's get into some last thing. Let's get into the Heisman, some early Heisman talk. I'm gonna just throw out some names, and you tell me if you think legitimately they have a chance versus I don't know. We'll see.
Sure.
I'm gonna throw out one that kind of just popped in my head. Malachi Tony. I think he has some potential to be in there.
Depending on the quarterback situation, it depends on Mensa. If Mensa's cooking and that's his go-to guy, by far, yes, Malachi Tony will probably end up being that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's I can't say yes and I can't say no, but the talent is there. The talent is definitely there. It's a possibility that's depending on the external factor.
Yeah.
So I'll say that for him.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yes, I think he'll make it this time around. I think there's they have weapons at Ohio State. Receiver wise, that's kind of like wide receiver U now is Ohio State.
Agreed.
They got guys there. I think having that continuity with Julian Saying is great. So I think if as long as he's not getting like double and triple teamed the whole time, sure. But I think he has a much easier case doing it. But I think he does. I think he can make his name back into the Heisman race.
I'm gonna throw a name at you that probably didn't expect. He hasn't even started a game yet, but he's at a school where the name, if he does what he's supposed to, he could get into that talk.
Mm-hmm.
Keelan Russell, Bama, just got named starting quarterback.
TBD on him.
Yeah,
I think we got to see it.
That's why
we got to see him when the bullets are actually flying. This is not mop up duty. This is not we're getting blown out or beat up, and we need you to come in and just relieve our quarterback. No, this is kind of like, all right, if you come out week one slinging that pill and you're throwing it and you're running it well. All right, there might be something there. But for him, I can't say yes. I think that's one of those TBDs, so I'm going to say not in the race.
Oh, Gunner Stockman.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's immediate.
Dang, why we all say immediate?
That's immediate.
Nah, I'm flag.
That's
Dang,
immediate.
guy, immediate those guys.
Bro,
That's immediate. No,
you're right.
there is nothing. There's
Our delusional.
there has been nothing inspiring at that
You're right.
at the position of quarterback at
At Georgia, I
UGA.
know.
There has never been anything inspiring,
I know, bro. I mean,
except for Stetson Bennett. Apparently, this is the last time.
Does he draft potential?
Gunner,
Yeah.
day 3 or undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
There's nothing there that inspires NFL talent.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
There's not a lot there.
Yeah. Lacey, running back for Ole Miss. He had a heck of a season last year.
He did.
He had like 20-something tuds. That's crazy.
I'm gonna say he does not.
Because of Trinidad. If Trinidad balls, it's probably
I don't even think it's that. I just don't think they're gonna have that great of a year.
You think Ole Miss has...
I don't think they're gonna have like a 6-5 season or 6-6 season. I think they're gonna just
come back down to earth with Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think they're like a 8-4 team, maybe 9-3, maybe 7-5. I just don't see it this year.
All right, I'm gonna get into a quick matchup then. Week 1, they got Louisville.
Ole Miss?
Yeah.
I think is it in Oxford?
Liberty Music City kickoff. I don't think so.
It's not.
I don't think so.
I think Ole Miss will still pull that off. I think there's some pride there because I think it's a whole thing of they're not going to be as good because Lane's not there. So I think there's some pride to this as well. So I think they're going to put off a good showing.
Clemson LSU. Does Clemson come back down to earth and play a little better this year? I don't know.
Go Tigers.
What you mean?
Well,
they both Tigers.
Just go Tigers.
Okay. I know where you go.
Go Tigers.
I know where you go with that one.
Just go Tigers.
Let's see. Florida State SMU. Why are you laughing? What you laughing for, bro? I don't like why are you laughing? What's funny?
You can skip that one. Yeah,
why? I get them over SMU.
You got them over SMU? Nah. Okay. That's about what I got.
See, at least we playing competitive teams. You know who y'all playing week 1, bro.
We always do that though, bro.
Y'all do that. I don't like that. That's kind of.
I don't like that.
Y'all
personally.
scary. Y'all really scary for real. I don't like that.
What team you rocking with?
I'm a UJ fan.
Oh,
but I think naturally we've done that.
Tennessee State.
We naturally done that. I think to gear up for Bama at the end, but we're not really. Bama's not.
That's what fuck y'all up every year, bro.
Yeah.
Going with.
They've been.
All right, let's have a real.
Hold on. It really does be the one team that y'all should blow out that actually hangs in there long enough.
That is true.
And it makes everyone kind of like, I don't know about UGA.
I ask y'all this as players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer the tune-up game for the first game, or do you prefer this a real matchup? It's possible we could lose this.
I think the competitor in me prefers to go matchup because the reason why I say that is because tune-up games, you kind of take those for granted, and you're kind of like, this is a team that we should that. It's kind of like I always think about my college football coaching with Walker would always say, Coach Walker would always say too, just because you throw out the jersey and the helmet doesn't mean they're going to lay down. I think sometimes when you're playing in those tune-up games, some of those guys, I know they think about, they know they're not going to win because we're the bigger school, we're the better school. As soon as we put on the helmet and the jersey, that fear's just going to hit them. They're just not going to respond. I think that's it's one of those, and those turn into trap games.
Yeah.
I'd rather play a contender straight up. Let's really see
what we got.
Yeah, because if you win that game, then it's all right. We got to get out some of these things that we got to work on. We've seen it now. We've seen some of the best. We can go from here. I think that's always important. Always important. Look at Ohio State and Texas last year.
Yeah.
That game was awful from both sides. But the fact that Ohio State had that game, it helped them down the road.
It did.
Yeah.
So I think those games are important.
We always do that though. I really don't know why we've done that in the past.
Kirby Smart sound a little scared to me, boy.
Nah.
all that yelling and shit.
Y'all want to wear them alternate jerseys for 1 week because y'all know y'all gonna win. That's it.
Right. Y'all probably playing some FCS school that day.
No comment, bro.
Hey man, I'm just calling it how I see, man. You feel me? But one more last thing. What's a school? What's a surprise school you think surprises some us this year. Comes out of nowhere like, oh damn, they in the top 12. Where they come from?
That's a good question.
Shall I pull up the rankings?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see what we got here.
Let's pull up the rankings going into, because I think they came out with at least the
they've released some stuff already.
the college. So let's see what
I
they
think
talking about.
Indiana's like top 10. I think somewhere in there. I think Ohio State's 1, Oregon's 2.
What do we got here? All right, going into the season, Ohio State at 1, Oregon at 2, UGA at 3, Notre Dame at 4, Texas at 5, Indiana at 6. Let me make sure this. Yeah, all right.
It all sounds right. It sounds right.
Miami at 7, Texas A&M at 8, Ole Miss at 9, Oklahoma at 10, LSU at 11, Texas Tech at 12, Bama at 13, USC at 14, BYU 15, Michigan at 16, Washington at 17. At 18, you got Penn State. At 19, you got SMU. At 20, you got Tennessee. At 21, you got Utah. Iowa's at 22. Houston's at 23. Louisville at 24. And then rounded out at 25, you got Missouri.
Give me Tennessee. Did Volunteers pull something off?
You seen that? Yeah.
True freshman.
I don't know how I feel about that, though. He's going to have the ball.
I need to text my cousin. I have 2 cousins that play for Tennessee.
Right. Yep.
I do need to text one of them and ask him, like, hey, like, how do we feel about this kid?
Okay.
I think, I don't know. Like, I hope he's not kind of like, Bryce Underwood, but if he is something good, Faison is some guy, or Faison, whatever his name is, if he's some guy, I think that's kind of where you roll the dice on for that one. If any team that I would say is going to surprise some folks this year, I think it could be Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think
they've been buying at the bit for a little minute now.
I think Rocky Top might be back, because I was not excited about the quarterback play last year. And I think if they would have had better quarterback play, they beat UGA.
Yeah.
And I think they're in a much better spot in the SEC. So I'm going to go Rocky Top.
I like that.
They got the right program.
They do. They got everything they need to be successful.
Just a QB, yeah.
It's really been that position. I think they got the receivers. They got the offensive line. They got the defense. I think that's what it is right now. So I'm going to go with Tennessee, kind of being that team that surprises everybody this year.
Matt, you got a team?
I agree. I now think about it. Well, I mean, I got a team UGA. I mean, duh. But now think about it. If I'm not going to say Tennessee, I really have to see how that new QB does at Bama.
Okay.
Russell. Yeah,
I really have to see how that new QB does.
But they don't have. I don't think they have receivers that are.
That's another thing. Does Ryan Williams bounce back this year?
I don't think so, man.
You don't think so?
I think he's a second. I think he's a day 2, day 3 guy now.
See, that's what I thought he actually.
I think that's where his first year.
His first year was crazy.
I don't think he replicates that type of magic.
And to be honest, even looking back at his first year, towards the end of the season, he started to kind of like come down.
Yeah, he took his foot off.
Yeah,
I mean, that happens. So I think he's at best a second, third round, maybe even day 3 kind of receiver.
Okay.
I don't expect
if he does have a good year, I'm saying Bama, if the QB is also, if him and the QB are on the right page, bro, I'd say they could potentially do better than we would expect.
Yeah, but Ryan's gonna have to make some like circus catches, and he's gonna have to do a lot to kind of get back into that.
You know what school I'm going? Cal, bro. Go Golden Bears.
Fair enough.
I do like.
Why not?
I do like the lefties. I think the lefty's really talented.
Yeah.
I think the ACC is wide open to an extent.
Yeah.
I think they can make some noise from their side of things. I don't know though. I don't think they're going to be. I think they'll probably be a 7-5, maybe 8-4 team this year.
Yeah.
I think the quarterbacks really was going to elevate them. And I
go
don't
as
think
far as he goes.
Yeah, and I don't think the quarterback's going to be there next year.
Oh, you think he probably leaves?
I think yeah. Unless like you got some dudes that are going to stick around, and it's kind of like, hey, like you stick around, I'll stick around. Like we'll make this thing happen.
We'll see. Hey, coming to a stadium near you. We'll be at a Cal game. Bro, believe that.
Definitely.
Shout out that DN number 4.
You did.
No cap.
JB, like,
Oh, one more matchup.
Sure.
Colorado, Georgia Tech.
Ooh.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
In the city, man.
Oh, man. Juju Smith. No, excuse me, not Smith.
Juju Lewis.
Thank you.
Yep.
I got you.
Julian Lewis, man. Coming back
to
home
the crib.
To Georgia.
Colorado got a lot of players from Atlanta.
A lot of
They got a tackle that was at UGA last year that's from Atlanta. He's starting.
Okay.
Cam Perry, receiver. He was at University of Miami of Ohio from Atlanta with the Marietta. They got a few guys from the city.
Julian Lewis was a heck of a quarterback when he was playing
Do
for
you
Carrollton,
believe
man.
in Mendoza's little brother? He's starting at QB.
I don't believe in Mendoza's little brother. give me Coach Prime coming home back to who drafted him first.
Yeah, man.
You know, bringing him back home to Atlanta.
Let's get it done.
I think he gets it done.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think they beefed up the trenches a little bit.
They got to beef up everything. They look like high schoolers in some of these clips.
Do you believe you actually like they look like high schoolers?
Some of those skill players look kind of underdeveloped. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, Cam Perry he's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Danny Scudero, even his stats are nuts. Like stats is he's all American, but he is a smaller receiver. You know, I'm always vouch for them, but
yeah.
I definitely think they get it done versus Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech lost a lot of great players.
They did. They lost a lot of great players.
To either just graduating or to the league as a whole.
The question with Tech is like, can you out physical your way into a win?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they can.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Yeah.
I don't think this year.
Yeah.
That's true.
Last year they
had a lot of guys that are going to be on NFL rosters or they're going to be starting in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, that's just the way the game works.
Yep.
Yeah, we rocking with CU for the dub versus Georgia Tech, man. It's gonna be a great one.
Football's back.
Yes, sir, Ski. Episode 135, man. It was a great one. I always love we had Cole come on, man.
Every time, my brother.
Y'all can check him out Saturday.
Or Thursday. Check me out Thursday. Potentially next Saturday.
Okay.
And then if you like HBCU football, Furman will play South Carolina State. Shout out to our guy Shamari Reed.
Oh yeah, no cap.
That will be a night game, so that'll be September 19th. That will be a fun one. So yeah, tune in. A lot of fun things coming up down.
That's crazy. You go get the commentary on the game that Shamari's playing in.
I know, man.
That's hard.
It's kind of exciting.
That's full circle.
That's full circle for me. That's exciting. That is really exciting.
That is crazy.
Damn, man.
That's
but
exciting.
This was a great one, man. All the Cole's links, all his socials will be in the description of the video. Y'all know that, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the Instagram Reels, the YouTube Shorts, everything
all of it.
Socially y'all been tapping in with, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Everybody that's been following, man. Y'all just continue to help us grow, and it's much appreciated. Trust me. More than y'all know. More than y'all know. But y'all know how we do it, man. This is Juh Kickin It Podcast. And we out. You did.